do that eventually.
Yeah,
but
it's not a priority.
Given the effort to collect enough slime to make one rig.
Maybe I'll just kill slimes downtime next time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We can collect more pink slime and actually start farming them after a fashion.
Yeah. Alright, so now...
Okay, so that should mean that our fuel needs are accounted for because of the auto-processing system we set up last time.
Yeah. So now we just have to... That's weird. Alright, but actually, that's not bad. Colored glowstone. That is a paintbrush, and glowstone.
I think there's a pattern for colored glowstone if you don't need a specific color.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's actually equipped to make that. Also, I'm, like, lagging hardcore right now. Oh, there we go.
Ah, there we go. Let me... What the hell did I come back out here for? Oh god, there's still 3 tesseracts in this fucking chest. Wait, did it respawn everything? No, it didn't. Okay. I was very confused for a moment.
And I still got a bunch more tesseracts in my bag.
I have made so many of these stupid things.
Do we have a crafting pattern for them?
No.
We really ought to, don't you think?
Yes, because it would save me an infinite amount of time and frustration. Though I think I could now make... The funny part is, you would think at this point I could make them in my sleep. Nope. Still have to look it up.
And we really do need to add more turbines since the system we have is not really adequate to cool the reactor properly.
Yeah. And we may just have to...
Although the fuel temperature is gradually dropping, so...
Yeah, it's just gonna drop slow and not get that low. Because, you know... Incense peppermint.
The problem is, at the temperature it's running, it's consuming... oh, no, that's not the consumption. That's the amount of steam it's outputting. Never mind. I was going to say it's consuming 13 buckets of fuel per tick, but no, that's actually the amount of steam it's transferring.
How much fuel is it using per tick?
1.8 millibuckets.
That's not horrible.
That's not that bad. With the rest of the system in place, it will improve somewhat.
Yeah, because we need the turbines, etc., etc.
Yeah, the reactor looks a lot cooler without the, when you can actually see the fuel rods in there.
Yeah. The laser seems to have stopped working.
Again?
Did we put a loader, or a chunk loader on it?
No.
Alright, I'll go grab a chunk loader. Well, do we have a...
I remember I mentioned that we needed one, but we never actually did anything about that.
Yeah.
As is typical for us.
We have a spot loader. I'll go put that on it.
Perfect. What did I have in that inventory slot?
A dead baby.
Oh, the torches. Close enough.
Incense, peppermint, lobster, and mimes. Do.
Okay, so I wanted the laser thing set up so we'd have a fuel source. But we were going to do something before that, and I've completely forgotten what now.
Capacitor bank.
Oh, yeah.
As we're set otherwise.
There
we go. That should protect that.
What actually does go into this thing? Octatic capacitors, we have crafting patterns for that. The vibrant crystal is really the only unusual thing we need for that, isn't it?
And I've made a decent pile of them at the moment.
So, theoretically, I could actually come over here and just make a crafting pattern for this capacitor thing.
If you want to, that would be a
great
idea.
Unless you've done so already.
I was working on it, but then we started fucking around with the laser, and I forgot absolutely everything we were doing.
Makes sense.
That's basically me.
The
tracking device is going to piss me off forever.
Yeah, probably. Okay, let's make the starter amount of... No crafting CPUs are available. Do you have a crafting operation going on?
What is it supposed to be doing? Crafting monitor. It glitches every time I try and make any of the vibrant metal. Let me go turn it off. Because...
Okay, so when you made the crafting pattern for the vibrant alloy...
Actually, I found that you already had one in there, so I just didn't try and make it anymore.
Well, in that case, I canceled the crafting job.
Okay.
But go clear the machine anyway, otherwise we're going to have the same problem next time.
There doesn't appear to be anything in any of the machines. That's what's confusing me.
I'm going to look into this and see...
Thorium ingot. Oh, I know one thing. I'm going to move the encoded pattern for that down to a machine that is doing nothing else. That
well,
way...
that's not going to be the problem, though. That wouldn't really make a difference.
I'm going to say, well, I think it might, actually.
It shouldn't. I don't know why that's jamming up, because unless we've run out of, like, ender pearls or something.
We might have?
No, there's 577 of them in there.
Okay, we definitely have not run out of ender pearls. Yeah, this has octadic capacitors in it.
Do we have energetic alloy? Like, the only thing I can think is we're out of one of the materials, but we have a bunch of that, too.
Yeah, because I found out we could easily, kill. I'm gonna put the vibrant, or one of the vibrant crystals in the alchemy table, and one of the vibrant alloy bars, because they're both exchangeable.
Hmm.
Abuse!
Yeah.
There. Vibrant alloy bar. Vibrant alloy crystal. And granted, one is 11,000, and the other one is like... hold on. The bars are 3,000, and the things themselves are 11,000, so... Alright. I'm just gonna put a giant pile of vibrant alloy bars in the thing.
Alright, so let's see.
And then I'll go make a pile of vibrant alloy crystals.
Alright, I've got the, vibrant capacitor bank pattern into the, molecular assembler. So that should be all automatic now.
I'll throw a giant-ass pile of vibrant alloy crystals in there, too. Probably more than we will ever need.
Okay, so I think we determined we were going to make 315 of those to fill the volume we picked out.
Yes. Let me know how much vibrant alloy we're going to need.
Yes, I'm kind of curious what it's going to, tell me.
Mm-hmm.
315. Okay, so we're missing 567 glowstone.
Alright. I'll get that in a moment.
7,400 redstone. 5,000 glowstone. 1,660 ender pearls. 1,254 electrical steel. And 19,000 gold nuggets. But amazingly, we have everything else we need.
How much gold nugget?
19,000.
Alright, so...
Oh, you know what? I can probably fix that if I just make a crafting pattern for gold nuggets.
And I'm throwing it in an alchemy book.
Throwing what in an alchemy book?
Gold nuggets.
It doesn't really matter because I'm going to make a crafting pattern that can just produce them itself from our gold reserve.
Okay, so name a supply we need.
Well, give me a minute.
No! 9.
See, I should be able to just go to this. Oh, it canceled the job because we didn't have the stuff. Okay. Capacitor. Eventually, I'm going to spell that right on the first try.
We'll start filling up with a giant pile of glowstone because we're going to need some of that.
Okay, so we need 566 more glowstone.
How's that?
I don't think it updates in real time.
Okay.
We need 5,560 more redstone dust.
How many
if you want to just produce a ton of blocks, I will make a thing so it can turn the blocks into dust.
All right. Hold on.
Because that will probably be a little bit faster on your end.
Don't we have a ton of redstone blocks in the system?
Probably, but we won't after this. We also need a ton of glowstone dust, so put more glowstone blocks in too.
Good lord, I put in a full inventory worth if we need more of stacks.
Okay, I'll make the patterns and figure out.
Alright, so.
Figure out what's up. Oh yeah, because we've got 19,000 redstone blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a crafting pattern. Let me do one for the glowstone. We do need more electrical steel, but I'm not in the screen right now to tell you exactly how much.
All right. Well, we had 6. So
okay.
More than 6.
All right, so we need to run the...
Thankfully, electrical steel is also equivalent exchangeable.
Okay, so for the glowstone, I actually need to make a processing pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a macerator set up somewhere?
Will a pulverizer work?
I'll check after I make the pattern. It might.
Because if so, there's one in...
Lacerator, macerator, enrichment chamber, crusher, pulverizer.
Alright.
Oh, it'll work in the sag mill.
Oh, bitchin'.
Okay, so no problem then. I can just run it that way. And maybe get a better output, or... Actually, I think the sag mill... The sag mill's a little bit poor chance of producing the full amount, but I don't even really care.
No. What's it produce?
Okay, so like when you run a block of glowstone into a pulverizer, you get 4 dust.
Mm.
When you run it in the sag mill, you get 3 for sure and an 80% chance of the 4th.
Alright, question.
Yeah.
Actually, let me check something. Well, first I'm going to put in... Oh god, how many inventory spaces do you have by default?
27 plus the hotbar.
Alright, so 27 plus the hotbar. What's that total inventory space?
36.
Alright, so 36 times 64, 2 different runs of that electrical steel I just put in.
Okay. I will check the thing and see.
And I'm going to put the same amount of glowstone dust in, because I just pulled it out of the alchemy table.
That's not what I want to do. Craft.
Yeah, there's now 2,400 glowstone dust in here.
And the thing, we're good. We got everything we need to craft these.
All right, awesome.
So I'm going to start this process. Let's see what it's doing.
Man, this is a lot of diamonds every time I go to refill this, but it lasts so long, I couldn't care less.
Also, we're going to get a fair bit of emerald out of the laser drill.
Yeah.
Which we can use as an alternative catalyst material because it's got the same value as diamond.
Yeah.
And there's so little we can do with it otherwise. Okay, so this crafting is going to take a little while because it's having to...
craft so many components.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Well, I'm looking at the
crafting status?
No, I'm looking at the...
Find a monitor and look at the current crafting status.
Well, I was laughing at the fabricators over here because they're just full of redstone.
Yeah, that seems to be mostly what it's working on is producing the amount of redstone dust needed.
306. That's neat because if you click on it, it shows you all the components you have in stock, the ones that need to be crafted, and that sort of thing.
I mean, just look at the crafting monitor, though. The crafting stats window.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm watching the numbers bounce all over the goddamn place. It's kind of hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Ah, and it's actually crafting a small spurt and fit of them now.
Yeah, it's been doing little by little the whole time.
Alright, well, that was a problem that was solved via alchemy again. God, I love it when problems are solvable by alchemy. So...
This is going to take a while.
So,
Jay, what's going on?
I ordered another antique radio.
Oh, it's time for another MP3 player?
No, actually, I'm going to try and repair this one because if I can, it actually it has a phono out or input on the back. So I could just hook an MP3 player or a cell phone up to it and listen to stuff that way.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing was, I was sitting here going, "Oh man, I kind of like this because it's big and gaudy and old-fashioned." And you know, it is tacky as hell. It's got like a big fake gold thing on the front of it. And to be perfectly honest, I've realized and gotten a little bit tired of staring at black rectangles. Because the number of things in front of me that are black rectangles is a little bit maddening.
You know what you should do is get some contact paper and do the border of your monitor.
I actually thought about doing that, but...
Of course you did.
Is it collects so much dust that it would get around and just stick to the edges.
Oh.
So either way, I found it funny because I ordered it because I'm like, it's colorful, but then I realized it was bright, gaudy gold pieces attached to a black rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, that's my own fault. But,
you know what's going to be funny is when we find out we've, like, way overcalculated the volume of this space.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
But the funny thing about it was, I'm like, well, whatever, I don't care. I like the way it looks. That's really all that matters. I then am reading, because apparently it's some really, really culturally significant radio for Italian immigrant families, and I was trying to figure out why. And then I realized, or was reading an Italian guy talking about it, and like, if your family was poor immigrants and they grew up in the 50s, you had this goddamn thing. Why is that? I ask out of curiosity. Because they were dirt damn cheap and tacky as hell. I'm like, okay. Don't know how to react to this. I have never, as far as I've ever been told, been a poor Italian immigrant, but...
Oh, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm always up for learning new things about myself. But apparently it's that poor people mentality in the 50s. It's got gold on it. It must be high class. Which is funny, but the question is, do I want to set up a quarry to see how badly that lags you? Probably not.
Well, it just depends if there's, like, a area that's worth quarrying otherwise.
Well, eventually my plan is to quarry away the entire game.
I don't know. I don't think you're ever actually going to accomplish that.
Well, because
there's a lot of game.
What I really want to do is eventually have us in a situation where when we head outside, no matter where we head outside, we are staring at a vast, empty landscape of nothingness. Because I'm American.
Yeah, but then we'll lose all the stargates around us.
Well, not all of them are within visual range. I'm fine with leaving a little, everything, or some things off into the distance. But
we'll lose the turbines.
Yeah, well, no, the turbines can stay on the vast empty plane of nothingness. That's fine.
Oh.
But just like the only thing that will exist will be the mountain that the Stargate, the Stargate base is in. And that's way more impressive looking now that, Yeah. You can see the cores and. Of course, if this were real life and anyone were even remotely close to those nuclear cores, their eyes would have melted out. But
well, that's what the reactor glass is for.
Yes. It's completely realistic.
Well, if you're using the industrial craft nuclear reactor, you'd be right anyway.
Yeah, because that one will kill the hell out of you.